Hi, it's Lila here. Welcome to Powerberry Farm. Today I'm going to show you how to grow lots of elderberries. This video is a propagation tutorial to show you exactly how you can grow hundreds of elderberries. So let's get started. I'm going to share with you 3 easy ways that you can get started on your elderberries. Okay, once you have the cuttings, number 1, you can soak it in water until the roots grow. Just continually change the water so it doesn't get a foul smell and start to rot your cuttings, okay? So just change the water frequently. And once your roots have started to grow, simply plant them in a pot or outside if the weather permits, okay? If it's not freezing, then it's fine to put it outside. Second way is leave it soak for 48 hours to up to a week. Let it sit, and just before the roots actually start to come out, you can plant them in trays with soil, in bags. You can plant them in pots, whatever your heart desires. The third way that you can grow elderberries, it's simple. Just line up your row, know the space that you want to put them in between, your spacing, and start planting them. Now if you're worried about the cuttings being staked into the ground, that it might damage them, you can pre-make a hole with a rod or something like that, and then you can just stick your cutting in and water them and let them grow. They're going to grow on their own. Now the best time to do that is in spring, because nature is going to water them for you, okay? Because in springtime, the ground is loosening up, the rain is happening, things are starting to grow, and then so will your elderberries start to throw out the roots and ground themselves. Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to show you how I plant my elderberries, how I start the season. There is different size of cuttings that you may have. See, these are quite small. They're between, what, 7 to 8 inches. So these cuttings I'm going to put right into the bag. I make a hole here, the middle, and then in the back. Because sometimes when you're watering in the middle, the sides don't, the two ends don't get watered. And if you're wondering how I water it, a Tim Hortons water bottle. You add the water, it's going to drain on each side. You let it set. When it soaks up, do it again and repeatedly until you feel like it is completely saturated and completely moistened, okay? So once you have that done, you figure out where you want your holes and how far apart you want them. I measure my bag and it's 22. So let's say if I do every 2. Okay, so I'm going to pull the cap off, 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches here, here, here. You may do it perfectly, or if you're like me and you just don't have the time to be perfect at it, you eyeball it, okay? So now that I have it here, I'm just going to put it on my line, take the cap off. I already have the lines. I hope you can see that good. And I'm just gonna make the marks, okay? So then I'm gonna move down. So I take my space, I see here, I'm gonna lay it back down. So it's just going very fast. There we go. If you want to be precise and even, I would put the 2 inches lines on this side also, so you can actually line up your ruler. There we go, that should be good. Now remember, we're going to put 2 holes here, so we're not going to plant really anything too close to that. Okay, here we go. When you have hundreds to do, you can find different systems to do it also. I'll show you another technique. All right, so this is from a tray rack from the greenhouse. You can simply, see, actually just put it over and do it this way and have your holes. So then what I would do is get yourself a handy screwdriver. And this is actually from those solar lights. You know the little pegs that you would actually put onto the solar lights at the bottom to stake it into the ground? That's what this is. So if you just lean your body against it a little bit, line it up, and then just step. You can do it this way, all right? And so if you want to do it more of a space, you do every second, or you can alternate it. I'll show you that too. I did my first row. Okay, there we go. But I think these guys are small enough that I can do that. But if I wanted to, let me lift this up, I can alternate. So if I did this square, skip one, this square, skip one, this square, skip one, this square. And then on the next line, make sure it's not at the same square. I would do the opposite. So I would do one here. So then I would do from here, I would do this one instead, or skip a complete row. So you figure out how you want to do it, and you go from there. I think I'm going to continue with each of the holes. So I'm just going to line this up, make sure I got it, and continue. If you didn't have one of these, you can simply use a screwdriver and go in and make a hole. Now I'm going to use my permanent marker, just the tip of it. I think it's wide enough, and I'm going to go in and shake. Make the hole bigger of the plastic. Each hole is perfect, or you can do it a fast way. So now that I have all of this done, I'm going to take my cuttings. Let's take a look for a second at my cuttings. Let's take a look at this, okay? Now each one you'll see is quite different. When having a cutting, you basically really want two nodes. So this is, the buds are coming out here. You see little buds, two nodes, and then two here. But this one has a few. I have a little bit actually on the bottom, two there, and then two there. This is the absolute top. Sometimes this part doesn't bud and sometimes it doesn't. So I leave it and I give it a chance, okay? So you want to soak usually the bottom nodes. There's two here, but it's very, very tiny. Let me see here. It's very, very tiny. So I could cut it up to here and plant it if it's too tall. Okay? Okay. So I can cut it right here and plant it, but I think that'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that these two bud nodes, there we go. These two bud nodes are going to be just at the top of the bag here. What's going to happen is the bag's going to sweat and it's going to keep moisture. So this is going to root here. And if not, then I know it will here at the two spurts there, the nodes. Okay? So just simply plant it in. Let's see, here we go. So you're just going to basically go and plant them. That's all there is to it. Just stick them in and that's it. So you can actually plant quite a bit. I planted, I think it was maybe 200 yesterday. There we go. This one I want to just tear it a little bit because the nodes here, the little buds are coming out, and they're quite big, and I don't want to rip them off. Sometimes you can wiggle them in. These have been soaking in the water for a week. So actually, I went on vacation to Cuba, and I left them in water for the week. So when I came back, they would be ready to plant. How great is that? I mean, you can actually go on vacation. All right. Now these are smaller cuttings. These are ones that are a little bit tinier. They're not the ones I sell. The ones I sell, they've got to be thicker than that. They'd be more like these. So it's the size, it's not the length that you're looking for, it's more the size. So more like a pencil size is what you want to sell. There you go. See, this one I'm not even going to try. It's not even showing me any life. What I could do is take my knife and scrape it here. Okay, I don't see no life. I don't know if you could see that. Let's see. See, there's no green here. And let's come up here. Look, see, it's actually dead. This one is dead. It's not even alive. Now I will show you one. There we go. I will show you one that is quite different. So you see the little buds here? I hope you see them, little buds. Now if I scrape it, see the green? It's alive, okay? So if in doubt, ever in doubt, just check it. So this one's a little bit too long for me, so I'm gonna cut it right there. Elderberries are so easy to grow. They're so easy to take care of. So what if you don't have these bags, or you don't want to do it into the bags? You would like to do it in larger cups because you don't want, or pots because you don't want to replant them. These obviously you're going to have to repot. I'm just going to cut this because it's a little bit too long for me, and I want to make sure that it gets down. There we go. That's just to make sure the little buds don't get too damaged when I'm sticking them in. When you have a cutting, it is also important to have the bottom is slanted, so you know it's the bottom, and the top is a flat. So when you receive cuttings, you know that the bottom slant goes into the ground. So like you see, we did so many in just a little time. Like you can count per row how many you're gonna have. These are all maybes. Again, these ones here are like my second chance ones. They're not the regular size cuttings, but I don't throw anything away. If it's willing to try to grow, I give it a chance. Take a look at this again on how it's doing. We have 3 buds, 3 nodes. There we go. So we are done. That was it. It took that long to do all these plantings. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe, like, and share, and follow me on my journey. See you later.